John, Fred, and Chris from Blackstone Cherry. Day 2 at Sonic Temple. Used to be called Rock on the Range. You guys are familiar with this place.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We're talking about Crew Stadium and calling it vintage or historic or
I
whatever.
remember the first time we played here. I think it was the first Rock on the Range.
Yep.
We played. We were in the parking lot on the second stage out there that year, and it was.
Yeah.
But it was so rad because you would see the people come out of the stadium out into the lot right before the show started, and then right as it ended, you would see them all going back in, and it was super cool.
It
Super
was.
great.
I think there was a lot of bands on that stage that day, but I think it was us, and then right after us, it was Papa Roach, right? That we
I
did.
don't remember. I can't remember exactly, but I remember it was an awesome. It was the first year of Rock on the Range, and it was.
That's
rad.
right.
Yeah, 2007, right? I think.
remember.
I think it was.
That's right. You guys were on the first one. It was ZZ Top, Evanescence,
Yep.
Buck Cherry, Papa Roach, Blackstone Cherry, and there was maybe a couple others. And it was weird because the way the stage was set up, it was like on the side,
Yeah.
not on an end. Yeah, that's
So,
right.
Yeah.
The main stage was kind of, I think, still where it is, maybe, or maybe it was on the side, and then the one stage was completely outside, but not over here in the grass where it
Yes.
is now.
Yeah.
It was out in the actual parking lot, but it was a cool vibe. You know, we showed up not knowing what to expect, and ended up being one of the greatest shows we had all year. You know?
It's crazy huge now. They've redone the layout. And
Yeah.
also, we've decided that this 4 days is going to be an evacuation-free zone. The weather's going to be amazing, so we are rocking.
Well, we know it's going to cooperate today, so we're here for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, new album out of, or Screaming at the Sky.
Yes, ma'am.
Drops in September.
Yeah, September 29th.
The song Out of Pocket. I want to know the story about that song because I listened to it and I know there's something special and tremendous about it.
Yeah. So that song was the first single we put out off the record in the UK, and we put it out around January to support a tour that we had going on. But that song, it came from that feeling of, you know, we've all been through some crazy stuff over the last several years, and it's really easy to get, you know, out of alignment with yourself. And in the music world, you know, we refer to something being in the groove, locked in, as in the pocket. you
Yeah.
know? So it literally came from just feeling like you weren't in the groove anymore. You know, feeling out of pocket. The song says exactly right there. You know, it's this is this, and like the way the verses are kind of structured lyrically, it's that day-to-day back and forth battle of good enough, not good enough, good enough, not good enough. And the chorus, my favorite part of the whole chorus where it says, I got to find a way to stop it before the fruit becomes rotten.
Yes.
And that all that's saying is, I got a 10-year-old son, right? So I got to figure out what it is, you know, that's making me feel this way before it starts influencing him, you know. And it's just one of those songs, you know. This whole record is really lyrically pretty heavy, you know. It tackles a lot of the things that I think a lot of us have gone through over the last several years, and hell, over the last 38 years for me, you know. So
Yeah. And what about Nervous? So that's the new one, and that is amazing good.
Thank you.
The video is
Thank you.
crazy. Talk to me about first the song and then the video and how you guys made that, like a movie setty kind of thing. It was nuts.
the video was super cool. So the song came out, we came up with that riff at a sound check one day, and all we had was the intro riff, and pretty much this whole record was written on the back of the bus while we were finally getting to get back out and play shows after the pandemic. And, you know, that excitement and that life getting thrown back into you, getting to do what you do again, kind of spurred all the music. And the song is kind of, lyrically, it's from a place, for me anyway, it's, you know, kind of, I mean, it literally starts out, memory lane, it's 85, a baby boy with big blue eyes. It's pretty looking in the mirror, you know, but it's kind of just all the stuff that I grew up and dealt with, you know, that kind of made me feel the way I do today a lot of times. And, you know, I'm a person that I speak out, you know, any chance I get about mental health and stuff like that. I've dealt with it for a long time now. You know, I've been vocal about it since 2011. And that song, it really touches on that, you know, of trying to figure out what it is that makes you feel that way, that makes you get to that point of just like you can't function almost, you know.
Yeah.
But it's also a reflection of the same thing again, trying to make sure that he never has to, go through those things. And that's not a knock to my parents or anything. They did the absolute best they could, my dad passed a couple years ago. I miss him every day, but it's just very brutally honest music, and that's the thing that I would say that would describe the new record is it's incredibly brutally honest, lyrically, musically, all of it. It's the truth,
And I think from just the 2 songs I've heard, it really is. I mean, it's like we all are in sort of a shock. We're literally coming out of this weirdness that we all went through together, and
Everybody's
we're
learning how to
still
live
kind of like
again.
not sure. I mean, and now we're finally going, okay, yeah. And you wrote exactly how everything affected you during that time, and as you're coming out, and depression and all these things. It's
Thank you. I mean,
it's really been hard for everyone, and you don't realize it. And the music that I'm hearing from you guys right now really helps a lot.
Thank
It
you.
makes you realize you're not by yourself.
Thank you.
I
And
think that's key.
That's the ultimate goal with us is obviously we want to write songs that mean something to us, and that's the thing. If you're writing something that's coming from a true place, chances are somebody else can relate to it. But when you hear back like that it has related, it makes it all worth it.
Yeah.
It makes all those. Are we sure? Are we sure? Are we sure? It makes it go, yeah, man, it was the right call.
Yeah. And it comes out September 29th. You guys are doing like a bunch of special releases, like some intimate things.
We are.
Where are those happening?
So we're in September. We're heading to England, and we're doing a string of shows.
Tell the king I said hello.
I will. We're doing some shows that when we first started touring in 2007 over in England, we were doing like the smallest like pubs and like the smallest like places you could think, and it was like a magical time for us because we'd never been there, and we're actually going back to do some of those places now. On that list the other day we were talking, there's like, I think is there 8 shows, right?
Yeah, so we're doing Scotland, Ireland, and England, and it's crazy. Everything went on sale this morning, and within less than 10 minutes, every show sold out.
Really?
Yeah, but it's really.
They love
cool.
their Blackstone cherry over there. It's awesome.
We just
They
came
do,
off
bless
of-
them.
Yeah, we just came off of an arena tour where it was us in the darkness over there together, and Danko Jones. So typically when we go over there, we're very fortunate we get to do those bigger rooms like that, to where this is more like all our fans over there say they wish they could see us in the States in the smaller venues.
Yeah.
So we thought with the new record coming out, let's go have some fun. Let's go play some of those first venues we ever played over there and go back and do let's make it where the biggest room is about 900 people, and let's go do that. And we had hopes of selling the tour out in advance, but I don't think anybody expected it to be, less than 10 minutes and all the tickets were gone.
That's
So
really great.
pretty amazing.
Congrats, you guys.
Thank you.
So thank you.
So, how was it getting interviewed by Lizzie Hale, celebrating 20 years of Blackstone Cherry? You were in Nashville, and she
Hell, it's
sits
like
down
hanging out with your sister. I mean,
We've known them since 2006, or
Yeah.
even before. So
Yeah, we did that festival. I remember. And, it was a festival in Florida somewhere.
It was
Did she
What-
fangirl you guys?
what was
No,
it?
we it's so weird with us and Hailstorm. Like, they're incredibly talented, and they're obviously one of the biggest bands in rock and roll now. But it's like they've always just been our friends. It's
Yeah.
like we kind of came up in the industry together around the same time. We got with the same management company around the same time, and started putting records out around the same time. So it's whenever we were approached to do the 20th anniversary thing, they were like, well, we'd like to get another artist to do it. We were like, well, if anybody, just call Lizzie, because it's like setting a family at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've done so many shows together over the years, and it was funny. We did a music video for our song "Cheaper to Drink Alone" back in was it 16, 17?
17, 18?
Yeah, and we had her and Joe come up and be in the video, and it was funny because like we were. It's a funny, great video.
It's
but,
hilarious. We
yeah,
speed date ourselves in the video.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
So they were cool enough to come up and participate and be actors and actresses with us. So, but yeah, it's great. It's always a good time with those cats, man. Yeah, but too, like, there's so many bands that we've built great relationships with, like the Shinedown guys and Theory, and just so many more that we've kind of grown up touring with. That, you know, when you do a headline tour, you're out and you're typically taking like a really good direct band that's up and coming, but on festivals and things, you get to see a lot of the bands that you toured with all over the years. Yeah. So it's really nice. You run into people, you run into the crew guys that you've known for so long. So these type of settings in the American festivals are really, it's kind of like a family gathering type thing.
Yeah, and you see each other. It's like big family hug.
Absolutely.
And all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to ask you guys some weird questions. Okay, what do we need to know, first of all, about each of you? So you said you have a son. Do you have any children?
I have three. I have three girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're not at home, are they like running it, or
yeah,
who's in control?
Well, my wife is in control, but I really think our youngest, she's 2. I think she's kind of like, she's become boss, so she kind of runs the whole house and stuff.
2.
So
I used to be the middle one. She was
Yeah.
boss for a long time.
She was boss. Yep. Now I think the youngest one's kind of got reign. She's kind of like the boss of the whole household. So,
All
so
right.
funny.
I'm really never the boss. So I mean,
I feel that our house is
With
me,
you?
Ashley, our 10-year-old, and 2 dogs, and I'm pretty sure that Chewy, our 6-pound teacup Yorkie, is a bigger boss in the house than I am. But it's
Yeah.
all good. I'm cool with just living there and doing what I'm told.
See, hey Johnny, are you listening? Okay, never mind. All right. So what's one thing that you guys have each done that you wish you hadn't? Like something that you've done that you could take back. Is there one thing?
That's a really good question. It's just one you got to really think about,
And
too.
not so much regretful, just something that you did that you kind of, and it could be small or big.
I wish I would have started playing piano at the same time I did drums.
Yeah.
I mean, I might not be like as good as like Ray Charles, but like I wish that I had literally just stuck with like one more instrument, because I can't play guitar for crap. Like I can make a G,
Yeah.
So that's the only like. I try never to have regrets, because like you can't change anything. But
Yeah.
I think like that would have been one thing I wish I would have concentrated on more, is like maybe trying to play piano more. I do play piano, but it's like it's not really playing. It's like
just sort of.
it's like it helps me kind of like get like song melodies together. But yeah, I wish I would have really went head first and like hung in there with it.
That's an
when I
amazing
found out
answer.
Randy Rhoads and I had the same birthday, I started to play a little guitar, and then I stopped. And
Yeah.
I will say the same thing. I wish I would have stuck with it.
I'd
Now
have to
I don't
go
know
with.
shit.
It's never too late though.
Yeah.
While I love your answer, and there are things like that, I'd have to go with not listening to people tell me about Bitcoin when it was first happening.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Like, you want to talk straight regrets? Straight regrets?
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a guy back home who was like, man, you ought to check out this Bitcoin thing. It's starting to
Say
happen.
that for the people in the back.
Yeah. Straight regrets. You want to talk about this Bitcoin thing, man? I was like, oh, man, I'd rather just go buy guitars.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, Chris, I agree with you. Like in 2009, if I just would not have bought snare drums and just bought Bitcoin,
Oh, God.
like I could, dude, like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, huh? You ask Blackstone Cherry questions, you get truth talk.
I
Yeah.
love the truth talk. And I'm going to ask you one last quick question. So what's one song that's already out there that you guys heard and said, God, I wish I had written that song. I wish that was mine.
I can literally tell you one off the top of my head,
I'm
because I
ready.
sat around the house just humming it all the time. It's a song that Brent and I think Brent and Zach wrote it. It's on the Smith and Myers EP, the second one they did.
Yeah?
And that was the double disc one, but it's a song called Bad at Love. And
Talk to
every
me.
damn time I hear that song, I just go, yeah, I wish I'd have wrote that one.
So good.
It's just
right?
a great, and there's so much great music going on, but there's something about the simplicity of a guitar and a vocal like that, and it's still carrying the whole thing as well as that one does.
Yeah. Their
Yeah.
vocals are crazy amazing.
It's
really good stuff.
It's just really good.
Back in Black by AC/DC, because it doesn't matter anywhere you go in the world, bar, field party, your mom's basement. That song has probably been played more, and the royalties off that song, and it's so, and the musicianship is incredible on it, but it's so simple, and every
Same.
every kid in the world that
Knows
walks in
it.
the music store can take,
Well,
5 days and learn it.
Think about me and you being 13 years old in the practice house.
Yep.
What was the first song we ever played?
Back in Black.
That's right.
And I remember being in my bedroom as a kid, and my dad had like he never really had albums. He was a CD guy, so he had like thousands and thousands of CDs. My uncle had vinyl. He was a vinyl guy. And
Vinyl's lovely.
I remember like vividly being a kid, putting my little Sony stereo with the CD. I put Back in Black in, and we had my parents have an older house, and there's a fireplace in my bedroom that had been covered with plaster. And I remember I played like Hell's Bells and Back in Black on the wall with a practice pad. I used the chimney as a hi-hat, and I literally to this day go around there and look at it because all the plaster is beat off that chimney where I was trying to learn Hell's Bells and Back in Black. So point proven, like every kid, I would, dude, if I could just sneak like a ghostwriter in on Back in Black, you
Right.
feel me?
Yeah.
I love that.
Catch me in on that one.
Yeah,
So
and Bitcoin.
Screaming at the Sky comes out on September 29th.
Yes.
Blackstone Cherry. Get that shit. They're on stage today at 3:05. Blackstone Cherry. New song, Nervous. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you hear it on the Blitz. And I can't thank you guys enough.
Thank you for having
Chris
us.
and John, Fred, I appreciate
Yes,
you guys very
thank you.
much. Thanks